Hello YouTube, this is Kerri from Razor Sharp Crafts, and now I'm out of breath because I just ran upstairs. I am bringing you my final guest design team project for Tando Creative, and I am very sad to say that it's my final one because I have enjoyed working with their products so much, and it has been so much fun. Now I do still have one more thing. I do still have this 3D birdhouse kit to make. And I had promised Di that I'll do it, and I'll do a video of it as well, which I do plan on doing, and I might even video the whole making of it. I haven't decided yet. But the one thing I have decided is that I am going to wait until after I'm moved to do it, because I'm really worried that some of these bigger three-dimensional things that I'm making are going to get ruined in our move. Because, well, let's just face it, when the movers are paid by the military, they're not as gentle with your stuff as you would like them to be. So I am going to hold off on making some of my bigger three-dimensional stuff until after we're moved to Ohio, which is just a couple months. Actually, our house will be packed out end of May, beginning of June, so it's not going to be too long. I kind of regret making a couple of the storage things that I got from Saw Crafters, but hers are made of wood. They're the ones that I have are made of wood. So they should stand up to the move. And I might pack some of it myself just to ensure. But anyways. So yeah, so I will be doing that. And that'll be a Tando project. It's not really a design team project. But it just will be a project that I'll do for them. And I'll do the video and everything, and I'll send them all the pictures and information so that if they want to put it on their blog, they can. But for now, this week's theme, 2.5 minutes in, and I'm just starting to talk. This week's theme is the great outdoors. And when picking out my stuff, what I was getting for my guest design team project, I was like, the great outdoors, the great outdoors. And I'm like looking through all Tando's stuff. And I came across this layered rowing boat. And this kind of brought back some memories. Because I grew up in upstate New York. And when I say upstate New York, I don't mean Albany or Syracuse. Like, I mean way up in the top of the bubble, above the Adirondack Mountains, right on the border of Canada. And, it's nothing but farmland and woods. I grew up on a farm for most of my life. So, yeah. So, I used to, after I turned, 14, 15, I started going duck hunting with my brothers. And we would sometimes use a boat out in the middle of the swampy little river thing that we went on. And it kind of reminded me of that. And then I had some other friends that I used to go fishing with, and to me a boat means fishing, even though some of them times we were just on a bank, we weren't fishing, or we weren't in a boat. But I just started thinking boat and nature, and I saw that, and so I asked Di for this layered rowing boat to do for this project, and this is what I ended up with. Now with this, it says right here, constructed from 6 layers of gray board, which is like chipboard. The inner pieces are included, so these inner pieces I did get so I can use them for something else. Oars are included and gluing required. So you can kind of see on the inside here, them stacked. But I tried to paint them up pretty good so you couldn't see it. But you can kind of see a little bit still of how they're stacked up there. So that's all you do, is you just stack and glue, stack and glue. Once again, I used Graphic 45's By the Sea paper line for the back and for this lighthouse. I'm really loving this By the Sea paper line. It is fantastic. So, okay, so I covered the back piece first with a piece of paper from By the Sea. And then I built up my boat. And built it up and built it up. And then, oh, let me get the other item that I used from Tando. Sorry, I completely forgot. So after I built my boat all up, I gessoed. Well, I also used paper on the sides. So I covered the sides all with the paper, which is, honestly, it's the reverse side of this paper that's in the background here. So, it's the, I think it'd be the B side. I'm pretty sure it's the B side. So I gessoed all around the outside and along the inside. Or just this. I didn't gesso the sides on here. But this top and on the insides, gessoed it really good. I think I put like 2 layers of gesso on it. And then I just used some regular white acrylic paint. I finished off my bottle. So I'm digging through my trash so I can show it to you guys. So that was just the white acrylic paint that I used. And I painted over the top of this and in the insides the best I could and as low as I could. I would recommend, if you want your insides perfect, paint the sides before you attach the top piece. Because I couldn't get up into the point there very good and down into the bottom. But if you're using it kind of like a little shadow box decor, like I did, you don't really have to worry about that. So then, all right, hold on one second. David, go take your shower. Okay, sorry. I had to let him know because he takes a long time at times. So yeah, so I would recommend painting your insides if you want them perfect in the top and in the bottom. First, and then applying the top. But I love the way mine turned out. I love the way I got a little bit of paint on this back piece as well. You can kind of see close to the edges. There's a little bit of paint. Doesn't bother me at all. I think it adds to it, to be honest. So then I had these little spray things. These are called, they're Petaloo. They're called Faux Dried Berry Clusters. And these ones are ivory, green, and ivory. And I used the ivory ones because the ivory was closer to the white that I was going with. And I cut it down to about that much off the bottom to make it to where it would sit in there the way it is. So then I just used some hot glue, got down in there and glued it down. And then this is one of the Junkyard Findings from Prima. I thought it was like Engelvoom, but I guess it is that. I don't even know how to say it, but it's the Junkyard Findings from Prima. One of the big bulbs, and it says Adventure on it. Very pretty. And I just hot glued that in. Oh, wait. Let's reverse. So after I got it all painted, it was really bright white. It looked good. I could have left it that way. But I decided to experiment. And I took this mask, which is the Distorted Harlequin from Tando Creative. And I laid it over top of my project. I think I laid it like this, or at an angle like this. Not exactly sure. I don't exactly remember. And I used this Smooch Spritz. And this is electric blue. And I sprayed the bottom half, and then I laid it across the top, and I sprayed the top half. Now, at first I was a little upset with myself that I didn't put something in here to keep my back paper from getting covered as well, because I was just wanting it on the gray board on the outside here. Then when it dried, I was like, oh my God, it gives it like this wonderful shimmer. Like you can kind of see it. And it made it a darker blue. And I was like, well, that's not too bad, you know? I'm like, I think I could deal with it. So then I glued this in there with hot glue. This is just these are just little metal trinkets that I got at Michael's. And this is, if you notice on the chipboard, there is a heart cut out there. And this, I put this metal trinket over it. Like it fit perfectly in that little hole. Which was cool because the spray did kind of pool in that little hole. So it didn't look that great. So I was glad that I found something that didn't take away from the look of what, you know, it didn't take away from what it was supposed to be. And it fit perfectly. So this one, and this one are just metal trinkets. I got them in like the dollar section of Michael's the last time I was in the States. And along with this. Or no, these I actually, when my aunt passed away, she had a whole bunch of scrapbooking stuff. And so my mom gave it to me. And this was one of the things that was in it. There was a whole bunch of just these little metal word bars. So hot glued that on, hot glued these and these down. But this I did before I hot glued her. Oh my God. So rewind again. This is from this exact same paper. I took another piece of this exact same paper. This right here, this lighthouse and the little barn and stuff, is what is underneath this. But I took a second piece of the same paper and I fussy cut this out. And then I used these 3D foam squares and layered them all down it and popped it up. So see? And why I say that when I sprayed this all over and it got this paper, it was a happy accident, was because I always lay stuff out. I lay my project out before I glue anything down, because I want to see how it's going to look. And I could not, for the life of me, figure out what to put here. I was like, it's so bare. But the whole point was of centering the lighthouse in there when I put the paper on was because I like the lighthouse. So I'm like, what am I going to do without covering up the whole lighthouse and taking that effect away? So then I watched a video recently of one of, it's either one of Graphic 45's designers or a former designer. And she was talking about how she will fussy cut an image and put it on top of the same image on a piece of paper to add a little extra effect or some dimension to it. And so I did that. Oh my God, it turned out like, even look at these little lines that go across. Like I lined them up perfectly. Like I couldn't have done this better. So I really like that. And then it sticks out. It looks, I mean, God, it looks even like it's from a different paper because of spraying that background blue. So spraying it blue, happy accident, worked awesome. So I put that in on 3D foam squares. Then I glued this in with hot glue. And then I glued this on with hot glue. And then I glued this on with hot glue. And then I glued this on with hot glue. And then I glued this on with hot glue. Well, in this, obviously. Well, in the meantime, I had done the oars. Now, I'm going to say, first of all, this is not my technique. I cannot remember the woman's name. Let me see if I can get my phone to bring up Facebook while I'm talking about it. Saw Crafters has their own Facebook page. And a lady on there did this technique. Let me zoom in. Okay. A lady on there did this technique, and I fell in love with it. And basically what you do is you take your piece that you want to do this to, and you cover it with glue. And then you cover it with glitter. Now, I couldn't choose one glitter. Like, I couldn't choose which one went better because there are some light blues, there's some dark blues, everything in this. Hold on. So I decided to do the ombre effect on here. And I used, not that one, Stormy Sky is the very bottom. Tumbled Glass is the very top. And Broken China is in the middle. Alright. Alright, so this lady's name is Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat. I guess kind of like the what is that? Alice in Wonderland. There we go. But okay, so you put your glitter on over top of your glue. And then you put glossy accents over it. And it gives it this glittery, bubbled effect. There we go. Camera's now focusing on it. Now I do need to say the ore turned out a lot better than this part did. Just because I think the glossy accents was able to pool a little bit better. Whereas on this part it kind of ran off the sides. So, but I think I like the way it turned out for the first time doing it. I am going to try this technique again. Probably very soon. So yeah. Here's my 3 blues. Tumbled Glass, Broken China, Stormy Sky. So then they just dried, and once they were dried I just hot glued them on. Tried to get them as even as possible, but this one's a little bit further out than this one. And I just put one line of jute around the outside because to me, jute screams outdoorsy, rustic, sea, all that good stuff. So, and it's 3-ply jute. All the jute that I've been using is 3-ply jute. I did not realize that there was a difference in jute until I saw Blitzy's got it on sale this week. So that is my project. And I really hope you all like it. Just gonna do a pan of it here. There she is. So I really like this. I originally wanted it to be able to stand up. And it probably, if I put a line of jute across the back end, it would probably stand up for me. But with that jute across there, it tips it back. I could always put a little hangy thing on the back of it too. Like if I put it up in this part, even if it poked through, it wouldn't matter. But yeah, this one I'll be keeping for myself because I find it to be completely beautiful. So this is my Great Outdoors project. A little bit of outdoorsy, beachy, fishing, rowing, all that good stuff. So I hope you all enjoyed my project. And I want to give a big shout out to Di Oliver and Carol Plume, I think is how you pronounce her last name. Maybe Plume. I just want to give you guys a great big thank you for letting me be a guest designer on your team. It has been a great privilege and an honor, and I love your products, and I cannot wait till you get your retail store open so I can order directly from y'all, and just thank you all so much. So to my subbies, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more greatness from me. Bye-bye.